This is the Revved Up Sports Show with Bobby Chaffee.
We do have this nice little format that we try to follow every week. We don't usually follow it.
And Rodney Rodriguez.
Entertain me. Tell me something. I need to know something other than what I'm seeing.
Y'all ready? Here we go. Here's Bobby and Rodney.
When they wave the green flag, you take off. Black flag means get the hell off the track. Get the hell off the track on the black flag. That's it, you understand me? Tell me about the checker flag. I wouldn't worry about that checkered flag if I was you, boy.
Don't need to know nothing about that, boy. Once again from Grease Lightning, it is hashtag Real Race Talk. Revved Up Sports Show, doing it to you, for you. I guess that's the right word. Once again, separate locations down south. It is Showtime. Bobby Chaffee. I'm Rodney Rodriguez. I'm up north. Welcome in. Hope you've had a great Monday. Hope your Monday was everything that you needed it to be for you after a very full. This felt a little more. I mean, we're almost here to August, Bobby. This felt a little more normal, where we had lots of racing going on this weekend.
It did. Lots of local racing we had going on this weekend, but that's one way to look at it. But it pretty soon we'll be having back to school nights and getting all these buses packed for all these school supplies and everything else. But yeah, it was a hot one. It was definitely a hot one down in Edna when we were down there. But so far so good. Made it through there. And got it up and running anyway.
Yeah, and as far as I can tell, this is just the beginning of the heat. We're going to continue to be hot. It's going to continue to be humid. So hydrate yourselves when you go out to the racetrack. So all of that. Great program we have in store for you. It's a night of nines, man. It's a night of nines. We'll talk to the 9C. Caitlin Leonard's going to jump on here in just a few minutes, as a matter of fact. Probably around 6:45. And then at 7:15, we'll talk to the man that had one hell of a weekend at Pensacola, good friend of the show, frequent contributor that we just love talking to him. It will be our man, Logan Boyette. But, Bobby, so talk about how was the feel at Edna? I mean, for them, it's so tough. I mean, so many of these tracks, I mean, you're getting snake bit by rainouts. I mean, I know Waco had a good show in, and I know the Cotton Bowl folks were up and going. Great show there. How was everything there? Were they just glad to be at the track again?
I think for the most part they were. A lot of it had the change in the feel of the event, I think, changed a lot when we found out that South Texas Speedway wasn't going to be racing. So I think that added in a whole extra group of racers that wasn't necessarily going to come, that I think at the last minute decided they were going to come so they could race this weekend. Don't know the exact number of cars. I just know they had 9 classes. There was a lot of cars.
Yeah, and a big weekend at Pensacola as well, as you had a double 100 there for those. Bubba Pollard on Friday night. How good was that to see King Bubba taking care of business once again, getting back to where we're used to seeing Bubba in victory lane, and there's a fantastic drive for him there. Didn't have the luck on Sunday, but I think most importantly for him, a monkey off the back right there. I mean, that dude, it's so weird to say that Bubba Pollard needed something positive, and I think he got it on Friday night.
I think he did. The problem is, though, I kept thinking it was Casey Roderick in victory lane when I kept seeing all the pictures. Those two cars are incredibly closely painted together. I don't think it was intentional, but one of the two of them is definitely going to need to try to get a new paint job out of that. Our new paint scheme out of that, because those cars look incredible. I think I even sent you the text this morning, or sent you the text this afternoon that said, man, it's hard to tell these two cars apart when it had Casey Roderick and Bubba Pollard right there together on the racetrack, 25 and 26. So yeah, it was good to see Bubba, I think, a little bit better, more winning on Saturday night. with that, but finally kind of breaking through, getting that Blizzard Series win for Donnie Wilson Motorsports.
Yeah, big old shot right there for Donnie Wilson, and that much deserved for him to get that. I just kind of wish it had been him driving. Donnie's a friend of the show. I thought about reaching out to him, but I'm sure he's got a lot of stuff going on. But great win for them as Donnie, they parked that thing in victory lane, and got to give a big shout out. I mean, we'll talk to Boyette here in just a little bit. I mean, but a lot of our guys, you had Langham, so many great. The guys from Mobile had great runs, and that's they support that racing over there on the Gulf Coast. So really cool for them to see those guys doing well and a good show. I'll tell you one thing that did kind of concern me a little bit, Bobby, that I saw something on Speed Sport, or no, not on Speed Sport. I think it was on Short Track earlier, where the tires, man, really beginning to be an issue. I mean, those Hoosiers, they weren't. I say Hoosier because that's what they were running. It's not a Hoosier thing, but those tires weren't cured. They weren't doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, you had tire failures throughout that race where these guys, I mean, they're getting these tires. I think they were coming off of a lot from July 12th where they get these. They go to Pensacola and they're running on that abrasive place out there, and that's it's going to be an issue right there, and that's where you start to feel those repercussions of the tire shortage.
Well, I think it's definitely starting to rear up anyway. You didn't think that a series like the Southern Super Series would be directly affected by the tire shortage. If it's already in effect now, it has me worried about the Derby. You would think that all the supply chain issues would be kind of worked out and ironed out by the Derby. You would hope so, that Hoosier and everybody would be able to get their stuff together and be wrapped up and ready to go by then. But it's definitely concerning. I think when it reaches the max of that, when the tires aren't cured and you start seeing issues. Can you imagine what's going to happen when you have uncured tires when you go to the Derby?
Well, and that's, the thing about it is, I mean, these guys are used to, I mean, they're used to buying tires, and they do whatever. I mean, you've got your scuffs, you've got your new stuff. I mean, whatever you're going to be doing there, but it's definitely going to be an issue, and that's where I think the Derby will be even so much more intriguing this year. I mean, the rest of the Blizzard Series and Southern Super Series this year to figure out how they're going to be able to work with this, and I mean, a lot of folks. I mean, we at Mobile and Houston, obviously on the American Racer, but at some point, it's going to get to where they're affected as well. And one of the things I've talked to some factory stock guys where, they use those Hoosier pull-offs, and it could be an issue for that as well. So I mean, this is really going to be a problem moving forward because it's not going to resolve itself. I mean, honestly, I hate to be the Debbie Download here on Monday, July 26th, but I mean, if anything, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that the supply chain issue is going to be a problem, and it doesn't look like it's got any sign of being on the upside, right? You hadn't seen any of the press releases. You figure some of these places would be on damage control in terms of trying to get their products out there, but I think it's just been a challenge for everybody involved to just try to make it happen. I mean, it just seems like it's incredibly difficult for everybody to try to get in the whole scope of what's going on. Because one report will say it's a material shortage. Then another one says it's a worker shortage. Right. And another one says it's getting supply issues from China. So I think it just varies by who you talk to. Nobody really knows exactly what the hell's going on. And nobody's going to admit to knowing what the hell's going on. So that's creating a problem for sure.
Yeah, all we know is there's a problem, and like we said, hopefully it's something that's going to not have massive ramifications here at some point. But we did see it at Pensacola, and there you go. So we'll see moving forward. Okay, your questions of the week. Where'd you go this weekend? Let us know. Support your track. Tell us how great it was. We don't need to hear the bad stuff. If your chili on the chili dog was cold, don't put that. We don't need to know that. We just want to know where you went. We're in a 2-week break right now. 2-week break from NASCAR and all this other stuff, from the Cup stuff because of the Olympics. How do we get new people to local tracks? I think that's a very valid question. Who had the best weekend, whether it be a racer or a racetrack? Throw that out there as well. The biggest event coming up this weekend, I'm going to say the Throwback 276 already. I know that's not local, but I wish that I could get to Hickory on Saturday. And who or what is the biggest surprise so far in 2021? That's your topics. If you haven't jumped on, and keep it civil, for crying out loud. I mean, there's no need to bash. This is a positive. These are positive questions here.
Well, at least nobody. We didn't have the issue we had last week. Somebody trying to hop on the Facebook page. That took a lot of. That was a lot to do, man.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
We were trying to figure out. Marianne, messaged me and she's like, "Who's this friend of yours?" And I'm like, I thought he's a friend of yours. I don't know who this dude was, man, but he's a man on a mission, that's for damn sure. But that's not how we want to promote the sport, and that's where we all need to. If you're pissed off about something, call Marianne. I see Shane pointing out there. Yeah, these clowns. I tell you, when I was sitting there on Friday night, and I sit and I look, and I'm like, oh my God, these dudes are really on like a national stream right here, sitting out there. Well done, boys. Well done. If you're gonna go all in. It's like the blitz. If you're gonna blitz, bring it all, and they brought it all.
They sure did. We got to see the pants there on social media there for a little bit beforehand, and got to see the preview of just the pants on, sitting on the couch. But it was, yeah, it was definitely we knew that they were going to go down there, and we knew once the pants went on that they were going to have a chance to be put on national television, and sure enough, they were. Through the Blizzard series, so that TB finds them, and I'm sure a lot of people already knew who Shane Turner was, and a lot of more people are going to know who Shane Turner is now, and along with Calvin Haddon there too. So I think it was a good show. I think they were able to put on a really good show about it. So that's one good positive thing about it.
Yeah, adding to the legacy right there that those guys do. Brandon checking in Heart of Texas Speedway on Friday night, and then checked out Cotton Bowl with Speed Pass. All of that good stuff. Our man Jason Welch, who's been on this program, giving the congratulations there to Boyette, who will be on here shortly as Boyette does indeed sweep him here in just a minute as well. So, yeah, really, really good stuff happening.
Yeah, lots of good racing action all around. Waco had a really good show there on Friday night. And then, of course, the local stuff the last couple of weekends have been not sure. You may have actually just lost me there for a while, but I think I'm having the same problem that Speed 51 had this morning.
I think we're having it across the board because our thing is flickering a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but we are having a little bit of a connection issue right there. There's something happening, because I can tell you that even today with my phone I was having stuff that wasn't quite working. So you can always go to RevvedUpSportsShow.com, and the audio link is in there. That one is never going to fail. I promise you, that one is never going to fail. That's the most rock solid one that you're going to find. So if you start having buffering and all this other stuff that may happen, just hang tight right there, and we'll try to continue to work to get all of that resolved. But anyway, we'll keep it that. It's going to come and go. So anyway, we'll just keep after it. We're going to the hotline. As we said, it is a night of nines. We're talking to the nines tonight, and that's jumping on right now. I mean, just such a great job that she does. I mean, she competes in the most competitive class in the state of Texas when you start talking about dirt track racing, and she does a tremendous job. I'm glad she's jumping on tonight. It is Miss Caitlin Leonard. Caitlin, how are things in Papalote or Papalote? I'm not sure which way to say that.
It's good.
Good deal. So how is it, Papalote or Papalote? Because to me, as a Spanish dude, Papalote, that's like a propeller.
Yes, I mean, that's correct. I just say Papalote.
All right. Very nice. Talk about your weekend. You were out there, Texana. Walk us through it.
My heat race, it was all right. I just didn't have the car set up correct with it being dry. The feature, we were supposed to start 20th, but with cars not starting, we started 14th, I believe, somewhere around there. And I got up to 4th, and something happened with the leaders where they got too tight, and I hit one of them with my right front, and it bent my wheel, and I lost air after a while. So it ended my night early.
Absolutely. Do we still have Bobby there? May have lost him. I think we did.
I don't know, Rodney. Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
am I up
I can
and
hear
running
you.
still, or am I gone?
I got you now. Go ahead. Well, at least I thought I did. So, Caitlin, for you, and again, talking about the factory stocks, I mean that division right there. Man, when you want to talk about you've got veterans that race in this and young stars like yourself, just talk about the competitiveness of this class. Doesn't matter the track; it's always the best show on the track.
Yes, it is. Everywhere we go, it's tough competition. I like to travel up north just to get a more feel of it. I mean, Edna has a lot of competition, does Corpus too, but we'll be going to that Red River tour with my brother in the middle of August. So I know there'll be a lot of cars